All right, this is going to be go number 2. We're not even playing an intro anymore. We're the San Diego Sports Junkies, and unfortunately, we had an audio issue. I think that Dean Spanos got on and shut us down. This is Jason Eidsmoe. I got Justin Smead, Jake Hefner, and Mike Maciejewski. And we're going at this again. This is take number 2. For those of you, I know we've already discussed it, but we didn't discuss it on the show, so let's try it now. The Chargers just now announced that they will be leaving San Diego. They are going up to L.A., or they didn't announce it. Adam Schefter announced that the Chargers are going to be leaving, and we've all just kind of been talking amongst ourselves about what that makes us feel like. And Jake, you want to give us a quick overview again? I know you did it already, but you're going to have to do it again for the show. Overview of what was said and what this means.
Yeah, so Adam Schefter tweeted out probably about 5 minutes before we went on the air. Chargers plan to announce as early as Thursday that they are moving to LA, ending a 55-year stint with San Diego, league sources tell ESPN.
Justin, quick reaction to that?
I'm gonna cry. Kind of. No, I don't know. I'm devastated like you guys. If it's, this, like we were saying before we went back on the air, we don't know anything till it's really official. But it seems really real now, guys. So it'd be a big bummer for all of us, I think, that are San Diegans or have ties to the city and this team. So we know how special San Diego is, and you lose your football team, it's pretty crappy.
Mikey, you got a quick reaction to that?
Yeah, it's just crazy because I haven't really heard Schefter too much in on the Charger thing. He's not here weekly where you hear Vincent Bonsignor and, Fred Rogan. So to hear from Schefter, it's kind of like more real,
Yeah, and I was hoping, like I said before, I was kind of hoping. I remember that there was somebody had tweeted out that the Chargers were exploring options of trading Phillip Rivers to Buffalo, and I for some reason thought that Adam Schefter had said something about that, which to me made it seem like that was kind of, to me that type of a story seems like it's kind of bogus, and the fact that Adam Schefter would be involved in that surprised me, but then Jake said that he didn't think that it was Schefter, and if that's the case, then I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping that would make this bogus as well, or possibly bogus. I'm going to go back to you, Jake. What are the chances that the Chargers still, that this isn't the final thing, and that this is the Chargers kind of throwing a Hail Mary themselves, saying, look, we're trying to force the city's hand, and we need something to happen. Any chance at all?
I don't think you're getting anything in the 11th hour here. I don't. I really don't. It's based off of, it's the NFL breaks news very meticulously. Owners do it as well when it comes down to something like this. They want something to catch headlines. I listened to John Gennaro's podcast yesterday, and yeah, it all makes sense. You think about everything from Friday till next Tuesday, from the divisional playoffs, from Martin Luther King Day, from Donald Trump's inauguration next Tuesday. There are a lot of other headlines that are going to supersede anything else. So I know we had heard rumblings yesterday about some announcement being possibly coming down before the mayor's, state of the city address that he was going to do. And then, as it turned out, later it didn't seem like it was going to be an announcement. It seemed like it was somewhat of a false report. Nothing was really accurate. Even AC said he didn't hear anything from that standpoint of being told what was going to happen on a Thursday night. And then, of course, we heard today that the Chargers had a 2-day extension until next Tuesday to ultimately make a decision. Yeah, it's just I don't think this is one of those things where there's going to be an 11th hour change of circumstance, even though what Schefter writes in his article is that as of right now, quote, that nothing has been final. The Chargers have not formally sent out a letter of relocation to either Los Angeles or San Diego, nor informed the members of the organizations that they are relocating. So while that's could be a word of optimism to some, I just don't think at the 11th hour, with something like this breaking the way it has, and by the source, that this has any chance of turning back around.
Yeah.
By the way,
sorry. Go ahead, Mikey.
The Chargers just tweeted out to remind you to vote for Joey Bosa Rookie of the Year right now.
Shut the hell
Thanks,
up.
asshole.
I'm serious.
Are you serious? I'm going to tell him to fuck you right now.
You know,
No, I am. I'm
Nick
sending a tweet out to
Nick
them.
Nick Hardwick has a little bit of positive patty in him as well, and he just tweeted out, and I'll throw this back to you, Jake. It says, "This may be one final game of Russian roulette with the owners to help finance a stadium in San Diego." Now that's the positive side of me hoping that that's the case, but I actually agree with what you said, Jake. I think this is a done deal. I don't think there's anything that's going to stop it.
If you guys want to read comedy, just go to the comments section of that tweet.
It's
it is
great comedy,
on fire.
Of that
anyway.
of that particular tweet or of Adam
They
Schefter's?
just sent out vote for Joey Bosa. You should see Charger fans' reactions right now.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
I'll go back to you, Jake. Do you think it's possible that this is a final game of Russian roulette from the Chargers with the rest of the owners? Because from what we hear, the other owners actually don't want the Chargers. I know they already approved that they could, but I've heard that the owners would rather set aside Los Angeles for another team and not the Chargers. Is this the Chargers maybe trying to force the owners' hands into helping out a little bit more to get a stadium here? Please say yes.
I mean, damn, I would like to think so. I mean, you just never know. I mean, if the Chargers haven't committed more people into, doing their own suicides over these last 2 years of what type of football debacles that they've gotten people into, who knows? Do we really have to go through another, gut-wrenching day of this type of news? I mean, I don't know. I would love to be able to positively say yes until we hear the word specifically from Dean's mouth. But I don't know. I can't really give any type of predicament on that right now.
All right, we gotta go through the comments here. We gotta go through the comments. Hold.
You guys this bad at PR?
Yeah. Here's the very first. The very first comment was from some Kelly May, who I follow on Twitter.
Yes, Kelly.
It just says, "At Chargers, we hate you." After the Chargers say, "Keep voting for Joey Bosa," go ahead, Justin. I'm sure there's a bunch of funny stuff in there.
Okay, first one on my docket, East County Dave. Go give Mayor Faulkner another hand job. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Another guy. This is great, dude.
I got somebody that says, "Not the time, social media intern." You got anything?
God.
You got anything funny? I heard you laughing, Mikey. You have anything else that's funny?
I don't know if you guys see the picture of the guy giving them the L. I love that. That's
Oh.
hilarious.
I like Matthew Stanley's. Can't even run a social media account, but sure, they'll figure this move thing out.
Oh my god. It's a lot of. Are you serious right now? Like, who is your PR department? Like, how does Adam Schefter break that? And then you want us to vote for Joey Bosa off your Twitter account? Are you stupid? You're just asking for.
You can't be serious right now. Just twist the knife.
Seriously.
Oh my god! Look! Oh, somebody wrote blocked.
Fuck. Stop tweeting.
I don't know who this guy is. That dude VP. He just put 4 middle fingers up. That was great.
Yeah, I saw that. I was happy that iPhone a little while back added that middle finger emoticon. That was really nice of them to do that. At Chargers, delete your account. Oh my god, tone deaf idiots! You're right. This is pretty awesome stuff here.
Go get some PF Chang's and delete this damn account. That's great.
Holy cow! This is, and then what else are you supposed to even talk about right now? You can't talk about coaches right now. All this shit.
Yeah.
Going on. I guess it's good, but I don't know.
Supercharged just joined us in the chat room. Thanks for joining us on the second try because we had some technical difficulties. Dean Spanos fucked over our speaker program and for some reason our audio stopped working, so we had to.
All right, here's a different verbiage from Annie Hiljebrun.
Okay.
I'm told by a Chargers source that the team is expected to officially announce tomorrow, And then that's where her sentence ends. Her next sentence starts with, still getting the word, quote unquote, expected.
That's still not good.
I know it's still not good, but
I mean,
anybody looking for any words of optimism out there, Hardwick is still content that this is one last leverage ploy to threaten the owners that don't want them to leave San Diego to pull out the checkbook.
Well, I'm wondering if, remember, we were talking about this, and we've talked a lot about this, how Dean was playing kind of trying to pull the all-time bluff in San Diego, and San Diego was kind of calling his bluff and saying, look, we want you guys to stay. We want to build you a stadium, but we're not going to let you rape the city for a stadium like all these other NFL teams do. I know we've talked about this ad nauseum. Mikey talked about how it's done differently in Europe and how the cities don't get just totally jobbed by this. You know what I mean? The Rams moved to L.A. St. Louis is still paying for a stadium there in St. Louis. And all that being said, San Diego was kind of calling his bluff, saying, look, we want to work with you, but we're not going to just bend over. Now, is it possible, Jake, that since that is not working for him, he's moved on to the owners because the owners really don't want him? And I know they approved it, but I think the more they think about it, they go, you know what? This L.A. market is good, but it's not for the Chargers. We want a team up in L.A. We just don't want the Chargers. We think the Chargers are best in San Diego for the league. And is this possibly his way of saying, fine, if I can't push San Diego, maybe I can push the owners, because the owners have already agreed to let him go. If he wants to go, he can go. Now maybe this will get the owners to kick some more NFL money to the city. Possible? You see this as a possibility, Jake?
Is it possible? I'm never going to say anything's improbable.
Probable?
Just probable. It just doesn't seem likely. I mean, Dean wasn't even with the owners up in New York today. I don't know who he's been on the phone with. Obviously, he wasn't there. He wasn't present. I would think that something like this, he'd have to either be face to face with, anybody. I mean, I know that everything's already in place. The agreement was already there, and it was just waiting on Dean's decision. So I don't think it's necessarily something he has to be face to face and sign an agreement with. But I'd like to know if that's the case, if this is all a ploy to get an 11th hour renegotiation and get the owners to pony up and pull out the checkbooks. I would just think that this would be a very, very risky game, and the way that they are attempting to do this, if that is their intentions.
Justin's moved on from Perrier to regular water and chocolate.
They have me eating chocolate now.
Eventually, it's going to be chocolate and beer, and then Justin's going to be in a really bad hole.
I'm going to be in the restroom. What I'm going to be in.
He's going to be wringing out the bar mats on the bar counter. Justin, any thoughts that this is I like what Supercharged said, and I'm going with this. I guess until it's official, I'm going with this. Supercharged says, so Dean has a pair of two, and he's trying to go all in on this, and that's I gotta think that's a possibility. That's a possibility. The more I think about it now, it's maybe him saying, all right, we can't get San Diego to budge. Let's get the owners to budge. What
is it? Is it coincidental that the state of the city address is tomorrow with the mayor?
No, I think that's 100% meticulous. I think that was carefully.
Yeah, because now he's forced to talk about this, and I would hope that Mayor Faulconer talks about it. I think it is. It could be a ploy, could be leverage pull, and like you said, he has a brass set too. All of us do. Sometimes you got to throw in your whole, the hand and say, here it is. Well, put all your chips in and one last cast, right?
Go ahead,
guys. Can I? Oh no, I don't know if you guys know Dieter Kurtenbach. He's a senior writer at Fox Sports. Uh-huh. And I like his comment, and I think it puts a perspective, on the outside looking in. He says, San Diego didn't get played. They roundly rejected rightfully funding a new stadium. This was an inevitability. Inevitability. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Inevitability.
This coming from the teacher.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
But I mean,
it's been a long day.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just, that kind of puts in perspective for me, to hear someone say, like you said, not bending over and not just giving away his money, like I said, like a St. Louis, who eventually can get screwed later. So I know it doesn't help much, but it's like maybe they did the right thing, and if this would have cost, bring the Jaguars.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If for anybody out there that's listening, you need to do a search on YouTube for John Oliver and Football Stadium. He has a show called Last Week Tonight. It's on HBO, but there's a segment he did. We actually talked about it because he played.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He played a song from a local artist on there. He kind of made fun of him a little bit, and we had him on there to kind of defend himself a little bit. But the bottom line is, he said that a lot of these cities make these agreements, and then it ends up working out so badly for them building their stadiums, and so I'm just wondering still, what's Jake? Maybe you can help us out here. What's the advantage if he's not getting the stadium? If he hasn't got the stadium that he wants here, what's his advantage to go up and be a tenant in somebody else's stadium? Is that really what he wants?
Money. It's money. And at the end of the day, we've always known this. Owners, when it comes down to like when we talked about the CBAs, everything, just follow the money. And that's where he deemed that it was going to be most profitable for him in a quicker type of fashion. I don't know if this has a timeline or something where, in a certain amount of years, he's planning on relinquishing control to John or to any one of his other kids, as far as maybe Dean stepping down as far as being the CEO, and he wanted them to be financially secure, which, and quite honestly, they would have been secure whatever situation that they were in. It really didn't matter. But, it's about the money. And it sucks. It absolutely is gut-wrenching from a fan base to have to lose to a dollar figure. And the way that this has happened, and the way that you've just been tortured over the last 2 years of having to go through this back and forth, hearing about these public jabs, threatening to move. And when it comes down to it, it finally ends up happening. And they moved for the money. That's the long and the short of it. And it's greedy. From a fan's perspective, it's horrible. It's from a business standpoint, if you're on the owner side of things, and a lot of the NFL analysts that have spoken on this, it's a wise business move. But from a organization's perspective and what you've built in a city for 55 years, it's absolutely horrible. It's horrible.
Hey, Mikey, coming from what we've been hearing the last few weeks, and of course nobody knows for sure, we're all just hearing stories, but it seems like the rest of the owners have had a bit of a change of heart and did not want the Chargers to move to LA. Like I said before, they did approve it already. That was last year. I think the more deeper we get into it, the more they look at it, they realize that it's the best thing for the league is not to have the Chargers in LA. Is this going to kind of put Dean Spanos on the outs a little bit with the rest of the owners, you think?
I think last year, not getting the vote the way he thought it was going to, especially thinking that he was going to get the vote his way, already put him on the outs. I think it showed him that he's a minority owner in this league, and I think he's kind of, like you said, I do believe that this is he was trying to pressure the NFL because he knew that the city was not going to get this done. And he knew his window was coming up. And I think, like Jake said, this is about money. And the most profitable thing for him, not the best thing, not the moral thing, not the smartest thing, not the legacy thing, the money thing is to go to LA. And I think, it's not his, it's his, he has the option there. It's on the table. That option can go away. And he took it. And they really can't do much about it because they've given him this option. It's already approved. That was one thing that I read that stuck out, that this is approved.
Yeah.
This move, there's no taking it back from him.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like, I have it. It's like passing a law that's already been approved, and if you change it or you decide not to do it at that time, but not past the deadline, then you're screwed. So he took it, and he took the money.
I think that's a good call there, Mikey. What we were talking about was the fact that it was approved already, and now he could see the rest of the owners kind of changing their mind a little bit. And I think that he maybe said, "Hey, if I don't move now, I might not ever be able to." Justin, what are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts about where he's going to be with the rest of the owners?
Yeah, we know he's in good graces with the owners. I mean, he's never had they like him. So he's been in good graces with those guys. But I think it's Dean's reluctancy to say, well, yeah, I mean, what is he supposed to do? He doesn't have many options here, and he's been fighting this battle for years now. So maybe he just got sick of it. Maybe, and you can see the tide was turning a little bit too. People owners wanted them to stay here. You're getting a lot of people, a lot of owners coming out and say San Diego's a great place to be an NFL city, which we already knew that. But I think you're getting a lot of feedback from a lot of different areas. Maybe he just pulled the trigger because he felt like it was the right thing to do, and it's that money grab.
You know, one of the things about this whole thing, and it's funny because this is kind of what our show's about. We did some looking, and we were going to talk about some stuff, and now all we're doing is we're just guys that are fans of the Chargers sitting around talking about it like we're sitting in a bar, and that's kind of what our show's about. But we've got, I live in San Diego, Justin lives in San Diego, Mikey lives in San Diego. Jake does not. Jake lives up in the Orange County area, and he's completely upset because the Chargers are the San Diego Chargers, and although with this move they're going to be moving closer to him, that's not what he wants. A friend of the show from the San Diego Sports Domination podcast, David Drogemeyer, who does our pregame shows with us, I was just chatting with him just a minute ago because I was going to see if he wanted to come on too and kind of chime in to kind of see what he was thinking. He lives in Texas. And he just texted me and said, I can't even come on right now. I'm so pissed off, I can't keep it together. And he doesn't even live in San Diego.
Can I just saw a tweet that's crazy.
Okay.
Annie Hellbrun, did you see?
Oh, God, I don't like this one. I know where he's going.
Josina Anderson from ES. I don't know where she's from. I don't know if she's still ESPN. Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen to me on news moving to LA via cell. It's different to hear the Los Angeles Chargers, but it should be dope.
Oh no!
First off, look, whatever to Keenan Allen. I don't appreciate Josina Allen actually tweeting that. To be perfectly honest with you, I think that was a very, very poor timed tweet, in my opinion. I don't care what the situation is. I think it's a very, very poorly timed tweet.
Is that his girlfriend?
Who knows?
Oh, Josina Anderson. She used
to be on ESPN. I know she was on ESPN for a while. I don't know if she's still
never mind. Okay. Well, you know what? He wears Raiders ball caps all the time. It doesn't surprise me. And what him and Melvin Ingram said last year anyway shouldn't surprise you.
I see the tweet now too. And let me ask you, Jake, is this and I agree with you. What terrible time to tweet that. But it's
not just Josina. Look for a lot of the big media outlet guys. A lot of them are actually poking fun at this entire situation, just in trying to get a laugh out of, the stadium moving to LA or the fans that are basically being ripped apart of their team right now.
That's my whole thing with Trey Wingo. If you remember correctly, if you guys remember, it all started with, I was so pissed off at that fuckface because last year when they scored a touchdown in the preseason, he tweeted out something about enjoy it now, it might be the last one or some bullshit like that. And you know, you're right, Jake. These guys are this is media. Is that really what they're supposed to be doing out there? They do whatever they want. It's I don't need to get in a whole talk about First Amendment and all that bullshit because they can do whatever they want. But is that what their job is really, to try and get laughs, or is it to report and let me ask you this: that Josina Anderson, whoever that is, what's more poorly timed though, her tweet or the Chargers tweet now vote for Joey Bosa?
Well, hey, I don't know because Josina Anderson just tweeted 5 minutes ago saying more from Keenan Allen coming. So, you be the judge.
Wow. Yeah, she's
she's rubbing it in or what?
She's trying to get retweets.
It's news. It's news, and I get it, but it's just at the same time.
Like, why do we need that much quick reaction, right?
Right. Like who would have cared if we heard that comment from Keenan Allen tonight or 2 days from now?
Right.
It really wouldn't have mattered, but your timing on that, it could have waited 24 hours, in my opinion.
What happens if this is like what Nick Hardwick was saying, and it's just a Hail Mary, and then they stay. I mean, what does that do for, Keenan Allen's one of my favorite Chargers, but I almost want to say fuck you, when I see stuff like this.
It wouldn't matter if they remain in San Diego. You could say fuck you, but you'll be screaming on Sunday when he catches a touchdown.
I mean, know.
You know what I mean, and that's tough, but it's whatever.
I'll say it for you. Fuck you, Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
No, and that's it. If they leave and he talks shit out the door, then that's on him, man. That just shows his maturity level, to be honest. It shows all those guys' maturity level, and to be quite frank. And maybe that's what's wrong with this locker room. Maybe that's why they don't win games. Maybe because they're too immature and they can't find ways to get it together. Because there's a lot of mentally weak talent on this roster, in my opinion.
Well, the thing about it is, and I know that the NFL is one of those things that no matter what happens, people are going to keep watching. They always keep talking about that. I know the numbers of the ratings were down this year, but and I know this is so cliche to say, but the fans are what makes the sport. The players play and the players are great, but if there's nobody to watch, these guys are not making that money.
They ain't getting any checks.
And it's very, very upsetting when the players don't have any empathy for the fan. When they say, they start to get mad when the Raiders came to town and the Raiders filled up most of this. The Raiders fan this year filled up most of the stadium, and we got a lot of comments from I'm trying to remember who, the safety, the Dwight Lowry, the underperforming safety, and comments from people like him, and I'm thinking, you know what, you have no fucking idea what this fan base has gone through. You have no fucking idea what it's like to be, to support a team for 55 years. And I understand I'm not 55 years old, but I've supported this team for a long time. You got.
But it's your parents and your parents' parents and
guys like us.
We
do I know it's a San Diego sports podcast. I know it's only a podcast, but we this is the types of things that we do to support a team like this. And it's not just us. There's a ton of podcasts in San Diego that do stuff like that. And then for them to just
not to mention the people that have gotten organizations to Save Our Bolts, the people that have been going to same season tickets, Alvarez behind in I think the East End Zone. I mean, they've been there for. I mean, it's just people like that the whole support of it, and that it's just pissing on everybody. It just really is pissing on everybody.
And then you look at one game, or one season. After all this, we're like the battered spouses, and we keep coming back. And then all of a sudden this year, people stopped coming back. People finally started to go to the battered spouses shelters instead of go to the games, And then all of a sudden they're going to start getting angry, and they're going to say, "Oh, look, we can't even fill up the stadium." I don't know. It's kind of upsetting and frustrating. Mikey, what's your thoughts on what I was saying there? Do you agree with any of it? You have a different perspective?
Nope. I mean, you guys said it all. It's just crazy. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just.
See, I don't think that to support the, you talk about supporting the team and people like us, we maybe go to one or two games a year, and maybe we buy a jersey every year or two. I mean, I don't have but we do things to support the team. You don't have to, I think I support the team as much as any other fan out there, and
well, it's not even just that. It's when. This is what you're going to think about now, right? So I'm going to think about all the winning seasons we've had. I'm going to think about all the Charger flags on all the cars. I'm going to think about all the flags up in front of the houses. I'm going to think about all the banners and the Qualcomm with all the motorhomes and the flags waving and the smoke filling the queue with barbecue. I mean, all that stuff. It's just stupid to think about right now, but that's what I'm going to think about when they leave, and this is, it's people make comments and the Twitter thing, and now it's just going to be a downward spiral. You're going to hear from everybody. You're going to hear from the players. You're going to hear from the coaches. You're going to hear, and it's just pissing on all of our memories. And it's just going to, I don't know, we should maybe have some Rams fans on from St. Louis. Maybe they can tell us how it feels, because I'm going to think about all the cool times I had in San Diego with that team. It's unfortunate, guys, because it's sad, man. If my grandpa was alive right now, he'd be pretty crushed. That's who got me into this whole mess with liking this godforsaken team that we love to watch. So, but yeah, it's just pretty disappointing.
I actually do have a comment. I was thinking about right now about the Keenan Allen thing, right? And I think about, I've always believed this, and I've always been trying to be open-minded and not be mad at players. You guys know me, like, because it's their job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we grew up being fans. They didn't. We know Keenan Allen's an Oakland Raider fan. That's what he grew up being.
Sure.
Right.
And it's like when we go to work, like you guys work in cars. If someone doesn't buy a part or or you have you mess up at work, you're not gonna be crushed about it. You're gonna be upset, but you'll get over it and you'll move on.
Sure.
And so I try, and like you said, being a fan isn't how many tattoos you have on your head of bolts. It isn't how many shirts you have.
No.
It can't. Being a fan means something different to every single person.
Sure.
And there's no way of being a diehard. There's no definition to me of a diehard fan.
Yeah,
No
you can't describe it. Good
Yeah.
point.
It's
So-
not just being a fan. It's supporting the team. There's so many different ways
Yeah, to
of
support
supporting
the team.
a team, and I don't know. I just feel like I feel like I've been left by my spouse. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to be real careful on what I say because your initial reaction is anger, and I don't want to say a bunch of bad shit about Keenan Allen, and I don't want to say a bunch of bad shit about the Chargers, but I'm really, really just angry right now. I mean, the more I think about it, the more angry I am.
Well, and I think, if it does become official, you're going to see all this stuff. So you're going to see, I'm already seeing it tonight. You're seeing the hatred towards, everybody. So, I mean, it's just not good timing. And with the world of social media now, it's even worse. It's magnified. So.
This just down from Michael Gelkin. Wheels in motion for Chargers move to Los Angeles. Dean Spanos to address staff at 8 a.m. meeting tomorrow. He's expected to be in L.A. later that day.
Wow.
Sweet.
Wow.
Okay, I want to. We talked about the money thing, and I again back to Dieter Kernbach, which has been a good follow since I started following him. He says the value of the Chargers literally just doubled. They're going to make bank on a new stadium they don't have to build. All-time no-brainer, which I can see that.
Yeah, well, what Jake said, and now I'm kind of a little bit mixed up here because I don't know if it was during the part of the show that was not being aired or part of the show that was being aired. But basically, Jake said, this feels like we just lost to a dollar bill, basically. I'm trying to remember. You didn't say it like that, but basically you just said we just lost. Us fans lost to money, basically. Do you remember exactly how you said it, Jake? I'm kind of putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much how I put it, was that we lost to the almighty dollar. And it's just from a business standpoint, from what other owners would probably be telling Dean, again, from what we heard, not all of them, but probably a majority of them. Would say, hey, this is a wise business move. I'm sure that they're very aware of what's happened in San Diego over the last 16 years, what hasn't been able to get done here in the last year and a half. So they would say that from a business standpoint, this is a wise move for you to do. But from a fan's standpoint, to see your franchise get uprooted due to money at the end of the day is just the worst possible feeling that any fan of a NFL franchise can feel right now. And I know that I had talked to you as far as, what were possibly some of the things that went into Dean's decision-making for this. And I had alluded to the possibility of maybe the future of the control of the Chargers, meaning would he possibly be thinking of stepping down at any point soon? And Fred Rogan had tweeted out just probably about 10 minutes ago saying with the Chargers moving to Los Angeles, John and AJ Spanos will be in firm control now of operations. So you see even more elevated control coming the family members that are there. So I think that this was not only a move that Dean did for the money, but he did for the responsibility for his family and the best situation for them. While that still doesn't sound right because it still leaves the national contingent of Chargers fans obviously heartbroken right now, but this is the motive behind the madness.
You know, the only problem about losing out to the almighty dollar is the fact that with the NFL, it's not like they're moving to LA so they can survive. It's not like that. You could play. I mean, the Chargers could have moved to the smallest city in the smallest state with the smallest population and still make money. That's how the NFL works. These NFL owners can print money. So it's not like this was a move we had to make so we can survive. This is a move so we can make more and more money. And Rachel Nichols, I know we're all going over Twitter. Justin's probably, I don't know if he's laughing at me or laughing at something he's reading, but
well, somebody's digging up old San Diego Charger tweets that used to be owned by some like normal guy.
Yeah.
It says helping a buddy move. Not my idea of a fun weekend. And that's from the San Diego Chargers account.
Yeah, back when they had a guy who was like posting his personal stuff on the account.
He's all PF Chang's. It's great. It's so funny, dude.
The helping the buddy move thing is hilarious.
Yeah.
Props to Rachel Nichols, actually. Rachel Nichols just tweeted out, very sorry to see San Diego lose its team, but bravo to voters there for refusing to be blackmailed into paying for a billionaire stadium.
I've always loved Rachel Nichols, by the way.
Yeah, I do now, that's for sure.
Love her to go on a date with me. Yeah, for sure.
Well, and then, you have a few people that are saying, well, it was the hotels that we're going to pay for and all that type of stuff. But the bottom line was there's more to that deal than just the hotels paying to it. I was going to try not to say stuff like this, but I mean, are you almost now rooting for them to fail now up in LA? I mean, honestly, are you rooting to
Well,
even
Well,
if
look-
I want to see the Chargers still win, the players still win?
Yeah.
Jake, don't you want to see an empty stadium when they play their first week there?
Look, if it hurts Dean Spanos' wallet, absolutely. I mean, we can't get mad at the players.
We
They're
get mad
going
at
to
some
go.
of
I mean,
them,
well,
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, yes, you can get mad at Keenan Allen for making a comment like that. But majority of the players, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to walk out. They're under contract to play for the team.
Right.
Unfortunately, it has to be a team that's going to be relocating to Los Angeles. So I definitely feel bad for them. I feel bad for their families with what they have to go through this off season and now house hunting and taking care of the lodging of them, which is never an easy stretch. Phillip Rivers has 8 kids now?
9.
Let's not forget 9 kids. Again, this is going. I mean, preparing for an off season for football is a rigorous task in itself. But when you have to couple these things on top of it, it just makes it even that much more difficult. But yeah, if it's anything that comes financially wise, like if you were to tell me that attendance is going to be 25,000 by the time week 14 rolls around next season for the LA Chargers, hey, I'm all good with that because it'll just prove everything from semantics and statistics that were there this year that were on the table for you as a good example of why LA was not a good move for you. And with the Chargers now moving to LA, that's how many teams they're going to be behind in the order of major sports.
right?
Yes, importance. Someone put them down there with the LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
And they will probably fall underneath the LA Galaxy.
I think you're right.
Which is crazy to say. I would say the Anaheim Ducks will definitely go above them, even with the LA Kings in the market. More people will still watch Ducks games than they will LA Chargers games. Yeah, I mean, this is I don't
Why
know.
is Travis so happy?
Yeah,
Stop it.
Travis has got a picture of him. Quickly before we go, Travis, Vince Wright from Sports Done Right. He does a podcast in Minnesota. Been a big supporter of ours. He jumped on and basically just wants to say they Minnesota feels real bad for the true Bolts fans, and we appreciate that, Vince. We appreciate you you being part of the show and jumping in there. Travis, we're not even gonna call him the mayor anymore because he couldn't make him stay. Travis, SoCal Trav, what's your initial reaction? I'm sure it's anger, which is your initial reaction to everything. But what's your initial reaction, Travis?
Can you see me right now?
You just have a big smile, but it's just a picture. We can't see you.
You look high as fuck.
I don't know how to get my photo on
You
there.
have to put the video. You have to click on.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
No, hold on.
There we go.
Now I can show you. I'm going to do one of these to Dean Spanos. And one of these to Dean
We got to tell the audience what you're doing.
Yeah. He's giving him an A-OK sign. No, he's Oh, we got
shit.
Jake.
And then I'm
You know
gonna-
what? I figured, what the hell, man? It's for this particular show. Yeah, what the hell?
Oh my god.
Jake's
Mike,
made
oh my god.
Oh,
Let's
I don't know
all-
what to
Let's all
do.
do it.
We got 3 out of the
A
5.
Brady Bunch.
Oh.
Oh, me and Jake look the same almost.
Dude,
We both got-
seriously, man, the same beard stuff going on. The
You guys
same
sell
shaved
cars
head.
together.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously.
Is this a
We
meet
should, start,
and
we
greet?
should start up our own business in the place where Qualcomm is not going to be anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we
gonna be a used
saw
car
it.
lot.
I did a sitcom with Jake and Trav there.
Yeah.
So, Trav, since you gave us the visual that nobody could hear on the radio, go ahead and give us your initial take. First of all, let's go with what Nick Hardwick said. Do you think that there's even a remote possibility? I don't want to say because there's always a possibility, but what are your thoughts on the fact that maybe this is him trying to throw a Hail Mary with the owners, trying to force the owners, because we all know now the owners approved this, but the owners do not want this. Is it possibly him trying to force them to pitch in some more money to make a last-ditch effort to keep the Chargers in San Diego?
No, I actually just got off messaging with. I'm good friends with Rob Fukuzaki.
Yeah. Can you spell that?
You know Rob Fukuzaki, don't you, Jake? He's
Rob Fukuzaki.
sportscaster on ABC7.
Got it. I know who you're talking about.
He said it's a done deal.
Yeah.
It's announced tomorrow. They've already got all the stuff for it. They're gone. And if Dean or John is listening tonight, which I hope that they truly are, because this is the greatest sports show in all of San Diego.
It is.
And this is where the real stuff goes down, real reporting, true fans,
Going down.
talk about nothing but our teams. So, John and Dean, fuck you.
Yes.
I hope you choke on the LA smog, jackasses.
I love those jackasses.
You know, I'm actually surprised how tame Travis is being, because
He is.
usually, Jake had also said that we were first talking with a little bit of optimism, or I was at least trying to have a little bit of optimism at the beginning, and Jake kind of informed us that the more he's looking into it and the more he's hearing that it's a done deal.
I hope they enjoy the empty stadium. It's going to be really empty.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Now, initial reaction, because I always kept saying I don't know what I'm going to think, and I'm still a huge fan. I heard Philip Rivers on the radio, and let me tell you, I heard him on the radio today. There's no way that he could have known that this was coming today, because the way he was talking, it just didn't seem like something that he would know. I still love the players and stuff, but my initial reaction is, fuck the Chargers, man. I just I don't know if I can decide. You're gonna like who you're gonna like, but do you know yet? Are you going to be rooting for the Chargers next year? We'll start with you, Travis. We'll go around the room, but we'll start with Travis. Are you rooting for the Chargers next year, or do you not know?
Steeler Nation, baby. Here we come.
Already, he's flipped over to the Steelers.
Where's your terrible towel?
I got one on the way. I already ordered it.
He'll go purchase one. I know where you can get some really cheap Charger jerseys now. Jake, you're really invested because you do a lot of writing. You do a lot of stuff like, we're all invested, but you particular with everything that you do, what's going on? Do you know yet?
These glasses seem a little bit more appropriate
Yes.
right now. As more in
They can hide
death,
the funeral glasses.
funeral, yeah. I don't know, man. You know me. I mean, I've been in draft mode for two good months now, actually putting all of my my thought process behind what I believe the Chargers should ultimately draft, what would be better for them.
Does your heart is even into it now? Like, are you even gonna be like?
My heart's still into it. My heart's still into it because I'm one of those weird ass freaks, one of those few people that actually gives the NFL Network ratings when the combine's on and actually watches that stuff.
All right.
So I have my February planned out. I've got everything ready for my March when free agency kicks in, and then I have my April, which is my big month in the draft. And then to see like everything rattled like this, it's now just either going to make me solely focused on just being a fan of the NFL in general,
right,
and just figure out who's going to go where and not really centralize around one team anymore. But I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll root for certain players because I respect the hell out of a lot of those guys. I've met them a lot. I've interviewed them. They are really great guys. If you've ever gotten a chance to sit with them in person and just observe them and how they are with fans, they are great guys. And I know that they definitely don't feel good about what is happening to San Diego right now. So I can't hold any blame of this over them. But like I said, organization-wise, give me a 15,000 attendance on Sunday in the StubHub Center, and that's a win for me because, like Trav said, that's the proverbial this in dollar form figure. If you can put it that way, that's what that is.
Wow, we got a middle finger from Jake. That's some serious stuff. The most professional guy on the most professional podcast.
The most professional.
Well, I never turned the camera on, really. So, I mean, I'm giving middle fingers possibly.
This is a rare treat. This is a rare treat, brother.
Justin.
Jake's always got middle fingers up. We just can't ever see them.
Justin, the angriest guy from our podcast here. What's your initial thoughts? Are you a Charger fan still, or are you saying fuck them?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not a Charger fan anymore. I mean, I'm gonna watch what they're doing. I'm gonna casually watch, and I'm gonna be interested. But I'm not. I'm not gonna hold any vested interest anymore. This is the city I'm from, so I mean, I can't. I told that to a lot of people, and hell, I was caught wearing a Dallas Cowboys jacket when I was 3. So, I might just go to the dark side and be a Jerry lover. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be hard.
The stadium down there, that's not too bad of a deal.
It's not too far either. But it's I don't know what to think, guys. What are we supposed to think here? I mean, we're all invested for many years. All of you guys, we're not all from San Diego originally. Are we all from San Diego originally? Or
I am.
Okay.
Nope. Orange County.
But like Jake and Trav, there's no other home for the San Diego Chargers in San Diego. It just doesn't make any sense. So when you're going to hear that on TV now, when it's welcome to the game, it's the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Houston Texans, you're going to go, who the hell is that? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So that's where it's going to be gut-wrenching for all the San Diegans, because this town, this city is so unique, because when this city comes together, when it is winning, it's one of the best sports towns in all of the country. And people that haven't been here or who have been here would know that. So, it's going to be different. I'm just going to miss I'm going to turn this into what I miss, but I'm going to miss the camaraderie in this small town that you just, when the playoffs are on and the Chargers are in the play, it's just a different type of town when the Chargers are winning. This city is electric. So it's going to be missed, and they won't be here anymore.
Go for it, Jake.
I think I just realized. Let me ask you guys a trivia question. Who was the one person in the national media that we would watch either on Sunday mornings, Monday nights, whatever it was? Who was the one guy?
Berman?
Yes. I just think I figured out why he's stepping down from ESPN, because his team is the one guy who always supported the San Diego Chargers. I think he got word of this last week.
Yes.
And that's why he made his decision.
And he's done, huh?
Done with the Chargers.
Mikey, I need you to help me out here. You have that whole everybody's heard of the 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon and all that stuff. Can you get us to where we can blame all of this on Josh?
Yeah, no, easily. It's just totally.
Where is Josh, by the way?
I
Cardinal.
can't wait to hear this.
Dude, he's already
This
got
is
his
creative.
Palmer jersey on. He's gonna join us later.
He's got his burgundy red going.
How is this? Well, we know what he does with the cacti out there. What is
Right.
what is Josh? How is this Josh's fault? Come on, tell.
All right,
Get us there.
It works really simply. Josh moved, as everybody knows, Josh moved to Arizona. Well, guess who else is in Arizona? Hal. Hal is in Arizona. and who does Hal
That's
hate
so
more than
first.
anybody? Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers went on the radio today, and he told us that, he wanted to be in San Diego. And guess what happened in San Diego? They got fucked. They got fucked by Dean Spanos, whose dick is probably a cactus. Which brings us all the way back to Josh, who gets fucked by cactuses in the ass. It's a complete
Jeez.
360.
Hey, so Chris Hairston put out a tweet just now.
Yeah.
Says LA Chargers with every emoji you can think.
Emoji.
Yeah, and then
What is
the first
Chris Hairston.
Oh, yeah, I
yeah,
saw that
the
one.
first comment after his tweet was Justin Gillian, if you guys remember him. He used to contribute to the show a long time ago.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's he says, "How about this emoji?" And it's the middle finger. And Chris Hairston comments back, goes, "That hurt a little, bro."
Well, he has to. I hope he understands what the middle finger signifies. It's not indicated towards Chris Hairston.
No.
Right.
It's
Towards
probably indicated toward the organization. So hopefully
Sure.
he didn't take that the wrong.
Well, I mean, he tweeted back, so everybody's taking it different. It's just funny. Like this is what's going to
one
suck
party-
about all this.
Karan
One
Reed
party
put-
that we actually haven't talked about yet is the political side of this entire thing. And as much as we want to rip on Dean, I think you can't escape the San Diego politicians
Oh,
and how
yeah.
much they have in all this.
You know what I got to say though? I'm very happy. I'm so happy that the Padres got a new stadium. And I know that sounds naive and stupid at this point, but I'm happy one of our teams got a stadium, because I know it's not the Chargers. I'd rather have the Chargers than the Padres, to be very honest with you, because I love football more than I love baseball. But I'm glad we've got like a state-of-the-art Padres stadium to go to and have fun at least something before, because they had to leave Qualcomm. They had to get out and find their own way, and they did somehow. 98 World Series run. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that one of our teams got something, and we're going to keep the Padres for a long time, even though the Padres are a fucking mess. But at least we got something.
Let me flip the switch a little bit here. We'll go to Mikey. What does this mean for the Aztecs? Of course, this year they're going to play at Qualcomm, but can they keep Qualcomm open for just the Aztecs? What do the Aztecs do now?
This is huge for Aztecs.
Yeah, I think they have to make that move on that land. And I was hearing reports, obviously the news came out that they were going to contribute to a downtown stadium. They were saying that the land's going to be sold off. It's not going to go to San Diego State. If it does, I mean, you got to think they're going to build SDSU West. I think that's their only choice.
Yeah.
I did hear some reports earlier today, Mikey, that I guess San Diego State had their contingencies in place on where they would be playing if the Chargers stayed or if they left. So they did have something in plan for it. I wasn't exactly sure what, though.
Yeah. So, there was contingencies. They had them both ways. They were, obviously their first choice is to have their own stadium, because, as you know, you've seen the crowds. Even though we get 40,000 people at a game, it still looks, terribly empty.
A tweet from Kevin Acey real quick. Mayor Faulkner spokesman Matt Abrai. The Chargers have not told us anything. The Chargers have not contacted us or reached out to us. And then Nick Canepa commented, "Well, that should clinch it, because they don't talk anyway." So
They never talk. The perfect tweet by Nick Canepa
to
reply to that.
Oh my God, that's great.
Well, Karan Reed put a tweet out too. It says, "I'm going to need an email or text." That's all he said. I need an email or text. So obviously the players haven't been told anything yet.
Yeah. That's
Can we just say that
somebody-
about the politics?
Somebody
Sorry.
tweeted directly to Denzel Perryman, and just out of the blue said, "Denzel Perryman 52, you're a dick." And Denzel Perryman, who didn't say nothing, he just said, "That's not nice. I don't want to leave. I like it here. but it'd be nice to meet you though.
That's
That's a classy response.
I love that guy.
But it's like
Norman's my favorite Charger.
I know he
didn't even
is.
say anything. It's like they're gonna get it from all angles now because you're gonna have pissed off, genuinely mad Charger fans, and they're not mad at the players really, but they're gonna lash out at them because they're all on Twitter, right? That's what happens.
Yeah.
So.
Can I just say back to the political thing, Jason?
Yeah.
It's funny because the mayor's walking away unscathed out of this, really. Because who are we pissed off at? We're pissed off at Dean, and I hate Kevin Faulconer. You have no idea how much I hate Kevin Faulconer. My ex-girlfriend used to work for the city. She works. You know, she knew all his aides, everything, and man, he was smart. He played it very politically intelligent. He's walking out of this. You know, I'm sure tomorrow he's going to tell us how upset he is. The Chargers are leaving. How he wanted to keep them in San Diego, and he played this really well. And I have to commend him, even though I don't want to. But man, he is walking out of this. I mean, we're pissed off here at Dean Spanos, and
Yeah.
I think most fans are going to be pissed off at Dean Spanos for as long as they can.
Now I'm wondering though, is that going to shift over a little bit to people are going, to Jake? Our instant reaction was we're pissed off at Dean Spanos too, and then Jake started to, as usual, the voice of reason started to say, well, wait a second, guys, we need to spread this around a little bit here. Kevin Faulconer deserves a little bit here as well. Now, I had, the rumors were he has higher
Kevin Faulconer's
aspirations, and he had thinking of governorship of California and stuff. How much more difficult does that make it for him, being the mayor of a city that lost an NFL team? Jake, what are your thoughts on that?
It doesn't.
No?
It doesn't. Because he will do whatever it is that he has to do from a city standpoint now, where he can take that money he could do for repair elsewhere, for doing all these other necessary things that need to be done for city-wise, and make his campaign built around that, so he can still have a successful campaign in that regards. But like I've said, over the last 2 years, both sides have handled this entire negotiation tactic completely wrong. And I thought it was so shady the way that Faulconer acted like he was jumping on the bandwagon when he said nothing for a good 4 months while Measure C was being developed. Even if it was something that was doomed to fail, if he was truly behind it, which I never believe that he was. I think it was just a facade for public opinion. For people to believe, to gear up to a moment like this, that if the Chargers were to leave, that he would come out looking like the good guy. That is the way that politicians work. They're liars and they're cheats. Every single one of them, not in San Diego. We know this. And this is exactly where it is, because now all the focus has gone to Dean. Everybody's pissed off at Dean for leaving. But Mayor Faulconer and the 5 members of his city council should not be forgotten in the negative part that they played in the way that San Diego ultimately lost its football team.
Go for it, Mikey.
And I just want, as I was reading the tweets, you guys, and I've been looking too, obviously, again, you're seeing a lot of national media telling, kind of, patting San Diego on the back for not giving in to the Chargers. You're seeing that as an objective person out from the outside looking in. So that also is going to affect the way, because again, we're talking about governor for Faulconer's Web, right, Jake? Because that's what he wants to do, be governor.
That's what I heard.
Outside of this city, people are going to look at him and go, "Yeah, he stood up to the NFL.
Okay.
He stood up to big business."
Or they're going to say, "Oh, he couldn't get a stadium done in San Diego, California."
But again, look outside of everybody saying, "Good for San Diego for not giving in this money."
Uh-huh.
So again, us, because we're here, we look at the failure, but people
we live it.
Yeah, we live it, but people outside are going to go, good for him for not getting in. Good for him for, like you said, taking out money and improving streets or whatever he's going to do, whatever he's going to promise to do and then put in his pocket later, So that's just something else that kind of hit me, Again, this is outside of this town, which, again, it's not hitting him yet. It's looking very favorably politically for him. And,
and I'm wondering how then... we have all of our instant reactions. You have all these people that are trying to be funny and all these people that are saying different things. But I'm wondering what the narrative's going to be like, in the next few weeks, months, or even years about how is this going to be a failure on San Diego, we'll start with you, Travis. Is this going to be looked at? And let's go jump 2 years into the future when nationally, not in San Diego, you got to take yourself out of San Diego. Nationally, when we look at this, is this going to be looked at as a failure in San Diego, or is this going to be looked at as, boy, they did not knuckle under, they did not get bent over, and they made the right choice. How do you think the narrative is going to be 2 years down the road?
Honestly, I don't think he's going to be the mayor in 2 years.
No, I'm talking about just nationally, people looking at the city.
I know he has aspirations to run for governor of California, and I think obviously that's going to make him look bad because it's going to show that he can't make business deals happen. So, I mean, what's it going to say if he's trying to work deals for the state of California? He was running for governor. It's going to make him look bad. I think he's always going to be known now as the mayor who let them get away.
You know, I'm not quite sure if you're right, to be honest with you. And the more I think about it, I'm wondering if a few years down the road, this could affect future stadium deals for other teams, in the sense that the Chargers tried to get this done. San Diego did not let it happen. They had to go up to L.A. where there's already another stadium. Mikey, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, and especially if the Chargers fail, like we think they're going to fail in L.A.
And now we kind of hope they will.
We hope they will, but I mean, we again, they've burned the fan base in L.A. They've burned the fan base in San Diego. But again, if they fail, there's only so many big cities in this country. You know, You can't keep screwing. You know, St. Louis is a no-go. You've already knocked St. Louis out. San Diego, unless you bring an owner that's going to pay most of the money, you're not going to get it done. I mean, how many cities can you fleece?
Right.
Eventually, you know, like you said, if this turns out bad for the NFL, they're screwed. They're going to, you know, it could be like other cities will balk at it and be like, I'm not going to be the next St. Louis. I'm going to be the next San Diego. And you can leave. Good luck leaving, because I don't know where the hell you're going to go. And, you know, pretty much the leverage could switch here to cities.
Yeah. I'm wondering if is this a shift in power, Justin? Do you think that, or is this just us being bitter? You know, is this us being bitter, thinking, all right, let her leave us. Nobody else is going to fucking want her anyways.
Yeah, I think that's it, because you're they're not going to a better situation with a fan base, obviously.
No.
I mean, as Charger fans in San Diego and people that love San Diego Chargers around the country, you see fans coming to games all over. No, you think LA wants them? Nobody wants them there. We know that. There's no fan fucking base in LA for the Chargers. There might be 3,000 strong up there that love the San Diego Chargers and are excited that they'll be the LA Chargers. You know what I mean? So, fuck that. No, this is I don't know, man. It's almost like, you know, bid you farewell and good luck with all that. And if you have another 5-11 season, your stadium's gonna look pretty half-assed, dude.
Jake, in 2 years, is the narrative, the national narrative, going to be like, that's San Diego, that's the city that stood up and didn't get screwed by an owner, or is this going to be, that's San Diego, that's the city that couldn't even keep an NFL team?
Depends on which side of the coin you're looking at it from.
Yeah, from inside it sucks. I'm just wondering outside.
From inside politically, it won't be looked at as the team that lost San Diego. Of course not. They'll never divulge their politics on that. If you're looking at the the NFL media side, do you even hear anybody shed a tear for St. Louis this entire year?
You're right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you're right.
However, there were more people in St. Louis that watched the Ram games than there were in the Los Angeles market that watched the Ram games. Now, how does that make any damn sense in the world? I don't know.
Right. That's funny.
So that's, from a national standpoint, I mean, you may never hear anybody shedding a tear over the city of San Diego again because of this. It's ridiculous.
Now, I know that we're inside, so we're closer to it, but it seems like the residents, first of all, there's more things in St. Louis. There ain't nothing else to do, I guess. That's why they're still watching the Rams. But in San Diego, it just seems like people are much more bitter about this whole thing, and I just don't see I don't know. I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I don't know. I can't decide. I'm not going to decide. It's just going to be the way it's going to be. But I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go from here as a fan. Go for it, Mikey.
Actually, I want to hear what Travis is laughing at first, and then I have a funny joke on Twitter.
You guys are gonna like this. All right, so Michael Gelkin from you know who he is, right?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah, Wheels in motion for Chargers move to Los Angeles. Dean Spanos to address staff at 8 a.m. meeting tomorrow. He's expected to be in LA later tomorrow in the day. And then a fan, somebody, Peter Hollander, tweets, 9 p.m. Saturday is burn your Chargers gear on Fiesta Island. Frustration.
That's awesome.
That's good. Man. I saw a tweet that
Peter Hollander is my favorite hero right now. I love that guy.
There's this tweet by this guy I follow called at Long Live Monty, and he says, "Hey Padres, I'm going to help you out here. Tomorrow you announce you're going back to Brown, and bam, you're getting season ticket holders."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's another interesting thing is how can the Padres use this to their advantage? You know, Jake, what do you got for us? You have to have seen something funny.
So Bernie Wilson had tweeted out the picture of Keenan Allen. Remember when he was drafted wearing the
Raiders hat?
So Bert Grossman replied to that tweet saying,
What he said?
He said, "LA is a perfect place for Corey Leggett's big ass and lack of production. I believe he will be a Kardashian by June."
That's a tweet.
Wow.
That's a tweet from Gross Bertman.
It's over.
From Bert
There's
Grossman.
the Vince Carter meme, here.
Gross Bertman?
Let's
From
put it
Gross
down right
Bertman.
here. Let's put it
Yeah,
down.
Gross Bertman.
Let's
Remember
put it
that?
down.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Put it down.
funny.
That's it. That won it. That won it tonight.
Yeah.
That's good.
I believe he'll be a Kardashian by June.
We just got I saw another tweet can confirm the Chargers owner Dean Spanos reached out to the commissioner and several other owners to inform them of his intentions to relocate to L.A. Once again, who knows? Maybe it's a done deal, like everybody said, and maybe it's his chance to. It's his last second. Say hey to the owners. This is what I'm doing. You got till 8 tomorrow morning, and and we're moving. I don't know. That's just the positive Patty. Maybe she's being reborn here, hoping that there's just that possibility. The problem is he has alienated the fans. The fans hate him so much. A move like this, all it does is just make people. I mean,
Yeah, he handled this really poorly. I mean, anyway, it's bad.
I read some tweet on there saying that Dean's intention before any announcement was out that he was going to be talking to his staff. Believe that if you want to.
Wouldn't you? I mean, wouldn't they want to hear from him tonight if this is news breaking? Like, you have a whole staff and players and people that are waning in the moments here. Like, they want to know what their future is going to be, right? They got to move their families. They've got to. This is a big. These people got to uproot their families. I mean, this is big time. It's not just like, hey, we're moving. You can't get to the practice facility. I mean, I know it's gonna be in San Diego for the practice facility coming up, but this is a big deal. I mean, you can't just go, oh, hey, we're moving. Where's the moving vans? Pull right up with the Mayflower, right? So it's gonna be interesting.
A couple of big events is gonna be the bonfire, obviously that Trav talked about, because it's gonna.
There's going to be a huge one, and it'll probably be right in the middle of Qualcomm Stadium.
And
people will bust down the door.
And two, training camp or whatever OTAs here in San Diego.
I was gonna ask about that. About that because they've already committed to stay here in San Diego.
Their lease is till July 1st, I believe.
So they had already said they're going to do all of that stuff here. Do you think that they're going to open up to the fans like they did before? I mean, holy shit.
Maybe with a valid.
They better have metal
Los
detectors
Angeles,
at the gate.
driver's license.
They've also.
I thought it was because you said Mikey until July 1st.
I believe it's the leases end. Yes.
Okay, because then they had got the area of land that they deemed was going to be their training facility in Costa Mesa temporarily.
It's right by it's like 10 minutes from my house.
Or on a heavy traffic day, 2.5 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah. The other thing is they've already announced FanFest. So now is FanFest going to take place up in LA? They're not going to have it at Qualcomm, are they?
They renamed it Smogfest.
Yeah. I mean, the date will probably be the same, but there's no way. I mean, am I alone thinking that I hope that when they have their FanFest, 0 people show up?
Well,
Or maybe
they're
just
Who would?
a hall that'll hold about 50, so that's about all they need.
yeah.
You know, you don't need much.
The only people that are going to show up are the Save Our Bolts guys.
Not to
either gonna-
protest.
It's either going to be that or it's going to be the Rams fans that are jumping off the bandwagon of that team to try and find some
They're like, dude,
solace
all
of hope in
all
a
the
new
Rams fans
LA
are so
franchise.
I got
excited right
jerseys
now.
for
They're like,
sale
we're
if they
going
want
from
them.
Jared Goff to Phillip Rivers. Sweet.
Yeah. Now,
They're excited, dude.
is there a chance that what's it called that we?
Mikey needs to have a talk with them and tell them how bad the quarterback that there is.
Oh,
that they're
that's
about-
right.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Explain to them how bad their quarterback is coming in. I was just listening on the radio. I was listening to Phillip Rivers this morning. He got me so excited for the season, and I know Mikey doesn't like him,
All
and Hal
right,
doesn't
he
like
lets
him.
you down one more time. It's okay. He lets you down one more time.
Oh, what a dick!
Guys,
I wish I had the mute button.
Listen to this tweet, you guys, from Big Head Sports. Hey, Chargers, most people spend 55 years in LA and then move to San Diego. You're doing shit backwards.
Yeah. Well,
That's
like we said, every time you see something that the Chargers do, what do we say? That's so Chargers. And to announce that they're going to be moving and then within a minute tweeting out, vote for Joey Bosa for Rookie of the Year, that's so Chargers.
if you want to be entertained, just go to the comment section.
Oh, my God.
PR nightmare, dude.
Oh, my
I
God.
feel sorry for the person who does their Twitter feed, man. What a that guy or that girl must be hating life right now.
Sounds
dude,
to me
I-
like they fit in perfectly
I don't
with the
know if it was
organization.
her that executed that Joey Bosa tweet, but I have met their director of PR personally.
Yeah.
And yeah,
What is
if it was them that hit that send button, I do feel.
Here's what I do know. Here's what I do know. And the knowledge I have of Twitter is very, very limited. Anybody who follows me understands that. But we used to do an MMA show on ESPN Radio in San Diego for a while. And one of the things that we had was we had a program we had purchased where it would automatically send out tweets at specific times of the day. You could have it do it whenever you wanted. And I'm willing to bet that Joey Bosa tweet was just an automatic tweet that they have that send out at a certain time each day to get it out there as often as possible. I really doubt I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I know. But I really doubt they said, hey, we just announced we're moving. I got an idea. Let's tweet vote for Joey Bosa. So now, they still should have used their head and turned off that program, but
The funny part is they haven't even deleted that.
yeah, of
Like
course.
they could have
yeah.
deleted it and
No.
just said, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the comments. It's just
Oh,
endless.
Yeah, we've
Oh.
been reading. We were reading the comments. The comments are great. The comments
This
are
one
just
says,
great.
which dimwit runs the Chargers account?
Yeah.
I mean,
Which
So
did
So
we?
Judson Richards said he's actually retweeting a tweet from Nathan Fino, who, if you guys don't know who Nathan Fino is, he actually reports for the Los Angeles Times. But Nathan Fino's initial tweet, Thanos communicated his LA intent following the NFL Stadium Finance Committee's meeting earlier today. And so Judson Richards believes that something didn't go well or wasn't discussed in today's meeting that ultimately set that in motion.
So it's him kind of, the thing is he's kind of been surprised by he's kind of from his perspective, I think he feels a little bit let down by the owners a couple times because remember last year when they went to these owners meetings, what he wanted, he was not given. And I think he was surprised because the owners usually kind of line up and pretty much let the owners do what they want. And what he got, what the voting went, was very surprising to him, and he was really, really upset about that. And now the fact that the owners aren't doing more to help him get his stadium in San Diego, maybe this is him giving a big, of course he's giving a big middle finger to the Charger fans, but maybe this is in his mind, he's like, fuck these owners then, man. I know they don't want me to go to L.A. Fuck them, I'll go. They already approved me to go, so if they're not going to help me out, then I'm going to go. But
Okay, so
making a move for spite, though, I mean, as great as it feels, it's not always the best move.
Again, I still think back to not the spite, to the options are dwindling, and he has to make a move now.
Yeah.
You know, that he has to make, and then that options, you know, if he tries to stay and he can't, then again he continues to lose more and more leverage with the NFL, with Stan Kroenke. You know, it really would have taken the NFL to say, we want you to stay in San Diego. We're going to do whatever it takes to stay in San Diego, when those probably 31 owners were like, screw it. We don't care about Dean not making as much money as us.
Right.
We're not going to give away our money so we can stay in San Diego. Let him go make more money in LA, and we all make money, guys. So who cares?
Let me ask you this, Jake. There was always talk about the what's the relocation fee? Is it $600 million? Am I right on that?
650 or 550.
$550 million. Now, I remember last year them talking about maybe waiving part of that for him to go to LA. Is that on the table, or has that been agreed upon, or can the owners, or is the $550 million what he's going to have to pay to move there?
I believe it's still the same amount that it is going to account for him to move there. I think all those parameters are still exactly what they were when they were agreed upon last year, and the agreement that they came upon when they had met back, what was it, in December, when he had officially agreed to come on board. So I don't think those numbers have changed.
Now, people are talking about, well, the value of the franchise instantly doubled and stuff, but let's take selling the team off the table, because I ultimately don't believe that he has any interest in selling the team at all. I just don't think. I think the family likes being an NFL owner. I think that they want to be NFL owners, and like you said, he's almost transferring power to his sons for them to be NFL owners. So the value of the team is the value is, you know, if you're going to sell it, that's what's important. But this $550 million that they're going to have to pay. I'm putting you on the spot. I know I'm putting you on the spot here. How long with them moving up to LA? They feel that they're going to be making more money there. How long is it going to take them just to recoup that $550 million? How many years do you think, or is it just 1 year? I mean, I am so naive in this stuff. You could tell me 1 year. You could tell me 50 years.
He doesn't have that.
I'd believe either one of them. I
don't think. Well, I can tell you right now, it's definitely not going to be 1 year. If your plan is to temporarily play at the StubHub Center in a city that you currently do not have any fan base. Look, it was different for the Rams, because the Rams were there for a long time before they went to St. Louis, and it was the return of the Rams when they came back. So everybody was ready for something. They had something to build their fan base on.
For about 8 weeks.
The Chargers are starting at ground zero and are going to be playing in a stadium, if everything holds true, with the StubHub Center that holds, what, 35,000, 45,000, basically almost, about the same type of attendance that's been in Qualcomm throughout the entire season, pretty much, for them, which in their case, it'll make it look like it's a packed stadium because it's a much smaller area. But I don't really think that they're going to be seeing profit and return investment until ultimately they would end up moving into the new stadium when it's ultimately built in Inglewood in 2019.
Yeah. So we're looking
if that gets built, though.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna get built.
Well, there is a problem, though. I mean, the FAA is putting up a big stinky finger because the stadium's right in the landing path of LAX, and with the bright lights, they say it is going to affect planes. So it should be interesting to see how they reconfigure that whole situation there too.
Yeah, but if anybody remembers roadblocks when we got the ballpark built for the Padres, they'll get around those roadblocks. Can be getting around.
The
stadium's
going to
get
around
built.
that. You know what gets around that? Stan Kroenke writing a check.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Exactly.
I own half a Walmart. There you are.
Mikey, what's your thoughts on how long it's going to take for them to recoup $550 million?
I don't have any thoughts on that. I was looking at
30 years.
Yeah.
I know.
Hopefully never.
37.
I was looking at Scott Lewis, and the conversation came up with SDSU, with a fan saying that's the end of SDSU as well. And they brought up a great point. Again, the cost of maintaining Qualcomm if they do build a new stadium, is expensive. But I don't know if Jake knows. I hate to put him on the spot right now. Actually, I love it because everybody puts him on the spot.
I always say I hate doing it, and then I just do it.
Yeah, I just do it anyways.
What is it that they say? Everything that comes before the word "but" doesn't mean shit. So.
But how much is? Because I saw the Chargers have to pay to leave, right, out of this lease, or no? Is that true?
Yeah, I believe that they have to pay some type of exit fee. I think the Rams had to do the exact same
Yeah.
thing when they relocate. I think that may also be tied into the relocation fee.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was. I was wondering if, like, towards the lease for Qualcomm. So that's what Scott Lewis was mentioning, that would help. It might help in keeping the upkeep for the Aztecs until they possibly build their own stadium on that land if they were to get that.
Okay, and that would make sense for them saying they had a contingency plan for the immediate future if the Chargers even going to be going to be in San Diego any longer.
So we got predictions here because that's what we like to do. I think it's pretty much time to wrap it up because we're, the one thing I said is we don't want to sit here for 2 hours and talk about the Chargers leaving, and then that's exactly what we did.
Well, what else are you supposed to
What
do?
else are you
Exactly.
talking about
I
now?
even tried
this
to.
is like,
I even
this is
tried
like
to
board.
steer the show towards the notes that I had written, and it just wasn't happening tonight.
And trust me,
Well,
I really wanted to talk about.
because when
I
they're
really
gone-
wanted to talk about some guys on this offensive line that shouldn't be on this team next year. I was prepped. I was ready to go. I was ready to hear Mikey's breakdown because I knew he was going to throw like 6 or 7 Phillip Rivers jabs in there, and I had 8 or 9 counter punches ready to go.
I actually.
and then I just got low blowed by Ric Flair 5 minutes before the show.
Actually, I actually called Jason. I spent the first 45 minutes after work learning how the salary cap works in order to talk about the offensive line and who needs to go.
Yep.
So I even told Jason.
We were talking about that. I said, all right.
So thanks,
good.
Jason, for making us waste our time.
I can make
know.
that very easy for you guys. Everybody to the left of Matt Slauson and everybody to the right of Matt Slauson needs to go.
That's the Justin Smead philosophy.
There we go.
And the thing
Wrap
is,
it up.
as fun as that is to say, and as easy as that is to say, it just doesn't work. You just can't do it. And Mikey
It
and
does-
I
it does for
were
other
ready
teams.
we were ready to brawl. We were ready to say, we need to be realists here. And we had it all, we didn't know the exact points we were going to make, but we knew that we were prepared. We were prepared.
Looks like that sweater's going into hibernation.
Yeah, no kidding. I was looking to see if I had some electrical tape
I wonder
over
if
here. I
they'll
was
be
going to
worth
put up.
anything someday down the road.
It's gonna, your San Diego
Classics.
gear.
Well,
I have San Diego Charger pajamas on right now. That's how stupid
It's
this
made
is.
of it's made of cotton, Travis. Do you know how well it burns? Will it add to a bonfire?
Dude, when Dwight Howard left the Lakers, I fried my jersey, so I'm sure it will
That's
pretty
a total Travis
Oh,
thing
boy.
to do.
I will just be interested to hear. I'm not gonna watch it or anything like that, but I'll be interested to hear some of the key comments that are made by Faulkner. Obviously, once the announcement is made tomorrow morning by Dean, how this is obviously going to alter his state of the city and how he's going to try and turn this into a positive thing, and that he was the ultimate hero and tried to do everything that he could to keep this team here.
That's going to be interesting. And first of all, Dean's not going to have a press conference, right? I mean, there's no way he has a press conference where he
8
actually
a.m.
talks.
tomorrow.
One in LA.
Is he going to
It
talk?
should-
8 a.m. tomorrow.
8 a.m.
He better
tomorrow.
talk.
Is he going to
What are you
take
going to do?
questions?
Put Mike Fabiani up or Mark
That's what I'm
Fabiani?
wondering. That's what I'm
he'll
wondering.
do a video for Chargers.com so everybody can see it
Yeah.
recorded.
That's going to be interesting. It's
Hey,
just-
you guys also realize this is a good point here that LA is going to be the only city that's going to have 2 teams in each major sport division when the Chargers move to LA. You got the Lakers and Clippers, NBA,
you got the
Dodgers
brother and the
ain't-
stepbrother.
Kings and Ducks, really, Rams and Chargers, Galaxy and the LA Football Club, and the Trojans and the Bruins.
Mhm.
Dear
They've
God.
got 2 in every group. No.
Isn't it crappy, dude? We can't just hold on to our 2 measly.
Let me ask you this,
professional
Mikey.
sport teams.
Coming from the soccer background a little bit, what do you think the chances are now of bringing an MLS team to San Diego? And the reason why I ask that is because this fan base now, which feels like they've kind of been called out a little bit, almost it seems like any team that comes here, they're going to rally around. They're going to say, "We can show you that we can be fans." Do you
I'm
think
gonna
that
get one of these.
do you think that there's a chance of an MLS team coming here now?
Okay, so it's gonna be really tough. But I just saw news today, a little bit before the announcement, that they're gonna announce the expansion teams for 2018 and 2020 for MLS. I think within the next couple of days, if not tomorrow. So
Whoop-de fucking do.
So, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I want to give a shout out. I'd like to give a shout out to a guy out there. He goes on Twitter by SteelDan86, and he's recruiting Charger fans to become Steelers fans right now. I love this guy.
What is Steel Dan 86?
He's got towels and everything ready to go for us.
There you go. Steel Dan? I'm going to look this guy up.
Yeah.
It's at SteelDan86. This guy's rad. I love this guy.
We don't even care really who the next coach is, right? I mean, it's like
I give a rat. I feel sorry
gives
for
a
who the
shit.
next coach is.
I hope it's
you know what I mean?
Patricia.
Like I was so excited to kind of, I don't know, it just kind of was waiting for the announcement of who the coach would be, and then it's like, and then now the draft seems just stupid.
I'm trying to.
Wow.
And like it
Draft,
does,
even has an application, dude.
so.
There's an application you can fill out to be a Steelers fan.
Exactly. It's awesome. I love it.
Is there really?
Yeah, man.
They don't
fill it
just
out.
let anybody be a fan.
Yeah, I know.
So
It's a
That's
screening
pretty
process.
impressive. I like that.
Yeah.
yeah, Supercharged just said he's not going to watch football anymore. I think we're all just really bummed right now. I think it's going to take us a little while to get over it.
Well, you can get off the air. Me, Jake, Mike, and Travis will stay on.
Everybody
So
when they stop whenever they get left by somebody, they at first feel like they're just I don't know. It's just a terrible feeling.
crummy.
Go ahead.
I love
Mike.
this guy. Chargers fans, this is a team that cares about its fans. We'd love to have you in Steelers Nation. Nothing like black and gold. Steel Dan.
I love this guy, dude. This guy's like, he's
Yeah, and
recruiting us.
I'm almost convinced, dude.
What's this
I
guy's
think
name?
He's got me my
He goes
weakest.
by SteelDan86.
He's got me my weakest, dude. Like seriously, this is like when it's like kind of like when your girlfriend breaks up and you join like a cult.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
Kinda,
Exactly.
you're kind of like I'm at my weakest. He's like,
Yes.
he knows when it's straight.
They know they're striking right now when the iron's hot.
He's like, oh, come during the winter. You're like, oh, maybe I should now.
Yeah.
You bring up a good point.
Everybody needs to follow him. Everybody's got to follow at SteelDan86 on Twitter. This
Go.
guy's
Hey.
guy's a classic rock star.
How's this sound? It's 7:00. It's time for the San Diego Steelers Sports Junkies.
Jeez.
It doesn't work, does it, Jake?
No.
It
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I was going to ask, is anybody following Mark Fabiani at all?
No.
He blocked me.
Well, I know he's
Shocking.
I know he's a private dude, and he like
So did
has only
so
like,
did
you can only be
John
approved.
Dean Spanos. They both blocked me on Twitter.
What a shock.
Mhm. I just wanted to hear, because
Bull.
I'm seeing a lot of tweets from other people talking about Fabiani, so I'm wondering what the hell he's putting out in the media, because here he's been under a rock, I'm sure, for the past year and a half, where we wanted him to be and hopefully stay, and I'm sure he probably had a lot of influence in this final decision as well.
Let's I'm reading Chris Hunter. Chris Hunter just joined in the chat room and he says, well, at least we might have Matt Patricia as head coach.
You know what, though? I hope Patricia turns it down, dude. I really do now, just to really, really get back, because with all the uncertainty with this team and with the way the ownership is and how they handle everything, and guys hold out all the time, I think it would be great if they offer him a job and he turns around and goes to Dean, goes, big fuck you, and stays with the Pats.
This was a fantastic tweet by Costa. I'm not sure if you guys caught it 2 minutes ago. He said, so 2 minutes ago, he tweeted, per NFL rules, as of right now on January 10th, 2017 at 8:41 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, an NFL owner can't sell franchise for 15 years after a move subject to change.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was fabricated, Mike.
Oh. I'm sorry, I was reading.
That was fabricated. Holy
Jake's
shit!
like,
You didn't get
dude.
I was
Jason's
half listening because I was reading some tweets from
Wow.
some of the Chargers. I'm sorry about that. Kyle Emanuel, classy. Haven't heard if it's fact or not, but if it is, I'm going to miss you, San Diego.
Oh, that's pretty rad.
Yeah. Some of them are being,
He's a good dude. I like that guy.
yeah, so,
Oh my god.
yeah,
Oh,
Sean,
you guys-
Sean
Players
Merriman, San Diego, I'm sorry, we tried our best.
Hey,
Merriman,
did you see-
Merriman has been a supporter, though,
He
of
really
San
has
Diego.
been, yeah.
He really, publicly, he's been a big supporter of them. And you know what? I mean, I wasn't thinking about it until now. I was asking Eric Williams at ESPN when I was at training camp, this in last August, and I asked him. I said, so is there a contingency plan for you? I mean, does ESPN have something set for you? If they end up moving to Los Angeles, because Eric lives in San Diego. I mean, just like any player's families, he's there too. And he honestly looked. I mean, I hope that by now they figured out something for him. But at the time, he said to me, he just shook his head and he said, "I don't know. Yeah. And so now you got to think of all the major sports, talk shows that we listen to on a daily basis, as far as when their whole shows or their columns and everything like that are revolved around this team. How much things are going to change?
Yeah, things are certainly going to be changing here. We haven't decided. What's funny is we've never really discussed. We've kind of, just thrown some BS out there, but we've never had a serious conversation of what we're going to do here. Of course, Hal just tweeted out, I told you guys it was time to move on with Keenan even before his comments on the move. He's off Keenan. He was off Keenan Allen before it was cool to be mad at Keenan Allen.
Hey, I'm here. I'm here on Aztec Mesa. If you know what that is, a big Aztec board, and it's
I bet they're celebrating. They're up in arms and they're excited. That site's going off right now.
Actually, I was surprised. Only 2 pages along the thread, but it said Jim Trotter on SportsCenter just said Spanos wanted the NFL to kick in at least another $100 million, or Kroenke to hand money to Spanos. So that's what supposedly he said on SportsCenter. Jim Trotter.
Well, I can tell you what though, Dart. I mean, if you think about it, who the heck would want to play second fiddle to Kroenke? I mean, honestly, who really would? I mean, that guy is going to have his way with everything. And if he really doesn't want Dean to come share the stadium, pony up the cash to keep him in San Diego. But will he do that at the 11th hour? Will he physically give Spanos enough money to stay down there to keep him out of his house?
Well, that's a possibility.
Like I said, though, I mean, they're all going to make money if Dean moves, so it doesn't really matter. The only person that's going to get less money is Dean, so they don't care. They're all going to keep making money, and Kroenke's not going to give him money. Why is he going to give him money to stay when he's going to get more money because Dean's going to be his little tenant? So
yeah,
again, everybody's going to make money from this, and that's the ultimate grab. They're all going to make money, and the only one who doesn't make more money is Dean, and that's fine. He's still going to make his. He's just not going to make more.
He's going to make more. He'll make more.
No, I mean more than he would in San Diego being the only one.
Yeah.
If for all the Chargers fans that are listening right now, no, I don't condone violence or anything at all. But Dean Spanos.
But here we go.
I said,
yeah.
What happens after the word but?
Thank you, Jake. Yeah, but I want somebody find him and fuck him up.
But
Dean Spanos does drive a white Ferrari with a powder blue stripe. I saw him in Carlsbad one day getting out of it. So
let me tell you, he's not going to be anywhere near San. He's probably already up in L.A. Let's be honest. He's a
white Ferrari with a powder blue stripe down the side. Can't miss it.
My guess is he's not cruising around in that car right now.
I bet you somebody drove to Chargers Park tonight and is just looking. If
No, I bet you they have security. I bet you they have more security there right now. They have to.
Yeah.
I bet Save Our Bolts is there right now.
I bet they are too. I bet Thomas is there right now going, save our bolts.
So now,
I'm sorry. Did I say that?
Right. You said that.
Okay.
Oops.
Let's wrap things up here. I'm gonna make you guys give me some predictions, because that's what I like to do. It's just the first thing I'm gonna do. We'll start with Travis. The very first game at StubHub Center, wherever the fuck they're playing. Is it a sellout?
Carson? It's actually in Carson, by the way.
Is that a sellout?
It is.
Is it a sellout, you think?
So they will actually be playing.
Yeah.
In
Is it a sellout? Okay, yeah, maybe.
The only people that are going to be in the stadium that'll be in the stadium.
Yeah, it'll be a sellout.
That's what I'm wondering.
But
yeah.
again, you're talking about
it won't
going
be a
from ground
sellout.
zero
The only people are
building
going to be in the
up
stadium are going to be the
fan base
players'
that's
family
from
members.
nothing.
That's it.
That's exactly what I was wondering, though. Is the first game going to sell out? And the next thing
they can't even sell at Qualcomm. They're not going to sell at the Home Depot Center or whatever the hell it is called now.
That's what I'm wondering.
Well, you know what? Actually, I should totally flip this around. I just figured out why they're playing at the StubHub Center, because it's so damn small, and because it only will house about the same amount of attendance that the Chargers got during the season this year on a regular basis. It's going to make it seem like it's a full house to them.
Yeah.
So, to what would be a dismal day at Qualcomm will actually be a very fruitful day at the StubHub Center. So in that circumstance, maybe they will actually sell out every stat.
How great would it be for like them only have 10,000 people there at the first game or something? That would be fantastic.
Like I said, if they got half that, I would like that. That would be very nice.
Next thing we'll go around is Justin. Are they the San Diego Chargers still? I mean, are they the Los Angeles Chargers still? Or are they going to leave the Chargers in San Diego?
It says Dan Fouts to ESPN on Chargers move. At first, I hoped it was fake. It's something that is unfathomable, but it is reality. That's from Dan Fouts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I don't know. Do you think they should rebrand? I mean, and leave the Bolt here in SD? I don't think they'll do it, but
Well, the Supersonics left the name in Seattle.
well,
Yeah, it's still sitting there.
It's
It's still
sitting
there.
Yeah.
I just reminded myself of this. Is this not disgusting that in the same year that Don Coryell and LaDainian Tomlinson are Hall of Fame finalists?
Yeah.
yes, and this
Now
is,
you're going to talk about the same year that the Chargers ultimately leave San Diego.
it all comes together for San Diego, dude. Everything in the worst possible time. What are you going to remember about this year? 5-11, elite security guards jerking off.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You're just this is a big pile of shit left with, and it's just what we get. We get pissed on in this town, and it just continues.
I had forgotten about that. Thank you, Justin.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that happened this year. There was 50 guys on IR. It was just a miserable season.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about more misery, guys. Let's do another hour.
Yeah, I think we're finished.
Yeah.
You know, I want to thanks Trav for jumping on and joining. And you know, I tell you what, it's a sad day when something like this is announced and Trav comes on and you look like you just look defeated. You know, you don't got your energy. You don't have the anger. You just look and sound defeated, and that's sad, man.
It is because like it's our team guys is leaving.
Yeah.
You know, and what do? I mean, like I don't know any other football team. I've been a Chargers fan since I came out of my mom's womb, dude. I mean, it's what do? You can't just. I know, yeah. There's other teams you can go be a fan of, but now we have to travel hundreds and hundreds of miles to go be a fan of another team. You know, yeah, it's great watching on TV, but it's not the same as being in the parking lot, tailgating with your friends, enjoying that fresh Cali Comfort barbecue before the game. You know, and then going in and hanging out with your buddies, tossing back some cold ones, and watching the Chargers get their ass kicked every week at home. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm still a fan. I've never seen them win a Super Bowl. I've seen them play in one, but I've never seen them hoist a Lombardi. But I'm still a fan. And then I spend, I don't even know how much money I've spent, but now Dean takes his big fat knife, stabs us all in the back, and goes running up to L.A. because he thinks he's going to get rich up there, and it leaves us all behind. He thinks we're going to follow him, and I don't think many fans are going to follow them up the I-5, honestly.
You gotta remember, San Diego is a different place than LA. This is just a different type of town.
Yep.
So it doesn't work that way. Like I talked to many people that were, Oakland fans or LA fans, Oakland. It's different for them because they've jumped ship a couple times and they've kind of had a fan base already. But this is different. So I don't know. It's just different.
It is different, and it's I don't know. I mean, Travis is just a perfect example of how we all feel, because anybody who's ever been on and listened when Travis comes on, and he's just a defeated man, and that's kind of how we all feel. Any last words from you, Mikey?
No, I just want to clarify something I said. I apologize. It's not the MLS who will be coming out soon with I was looking it up. It's not the MLS who will come out with their expansion. It's actually a second division. which San Diego's supposed to get a second division team in the
What is
next in like 2018 or 19, which will then eventually bridge to an MLS team. That's your best way to MLS. So getting a team already. So that was that. And I want to say StubHub will be sold out for game one because, again, it's like 10 people, and they'll find 10 people in the stands.
Yep.
And fuck Dean Spanos, huh? Fuck Dean Spanos,
Yeah.
Which,
Let's just start that all day long.
Jake, before we go, and I'll give you the last word here before we go.
I'll quote one of the roles from my favorite actors. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Who's that? And
Truman Show.
Well, then I'll quote my
Oh.
grandfather's name. If I don't see you
Come on.
again, so what?
Yeah, Truman Show's a great movie too.
If I don't see you again, so what?
Yeah.
I think that's more.
That's what my
I think that's
grandpa
more
said.
relevant.
If I don't see you again,
That's
so what?
What am I supposed to
So
close the show with when I sign off now? As always,
Yeah.
I can't anymore.
You can't say that anymore.
yeah. I mean, what are we doing
Can't
next
say
week,
anymore.
Jason?
Yeah.
I mean, you still plan on reviewing the
diving
O
into
line and how much of crap that is?
You know what? I think we're going to play it by ear, but we might take a
Diving
week
into-
off to just kind of digest a little bit and kind of decide what we're going to do. But I don't want to make any official announcement. My girlfriend just left me. I'm not ready to make the announcement yet. Go
I
ahead.
have an idea. You guys know the old thing when the old deal when an Amtrak train comes by, everybody lines up along the track. You know what they do, right?
They moon them,
You moon 'em.
right?
Yeah.
When Dean pulls out of the parking lot for the last time, we
Which
should
he's
all
already
damn charge and just moon 'em.
unfortunately he's already done that, man. There's no way he's going to give anybody a chance to moon him on the way out. He's gone.
That would be classic. Every Charger fan just stand there and just bend over and give it to him a good shiner.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
No, I think we're not going to make any show announcements right now. Just pay attention to Twitter. We'll decide whether or not next week we'll have like
We
I
need
said,
a
I
week
tried
of
to,
mourning.
Yeah, I tried to steer
having
it
a
towards
wake.
what we were going to do, but nobody's, including mine, nobody's heart was in anything except talking about what just came down, and it's so sad because we were sitting there ready to do the show, and we hadn't even heard yet. We brought Jake in on Skype, and he goes, "Hey," we're like, "Hey Jake, how you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, you guys haven't heard," because it had just happened.
Yeah.
So it's
Sorry.
just too soon
Yeah.
to decide. I certainly have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, but I don't know what my passion for the Chargers right now is not there today.
No, it isn't, and
It's
it's not
not-
there for the draft, and it's not there
Yeah.
for anything right now.
It
At
might-
this point,
It might come back in the next day or two, but today, it's not
Yeah,
there.
it's
It's
not.
just.
I will
not there.
never burn my jerseys because here's the thing. Even though the owner is moving the team, I'm still a fan of the players' jerseys
That's
that I
what's
have.
very difficult for
Okay.
me.
I love Denzel Perryman. That guy is my favorite Chargers player on the roster right now. And I love Travis Benjamin. I know a lot of people don't, but that boy, I love that guy. He signed my jersey. He gave me free tickets to a game. That's what it's about. I'm not gonna go burn my jerseys because the team.
Right.
It's not the players' fault that the team's leaving.
well, you
It's
can
the
just leave them in the
douchebag that's
closet.
running the team.
Yeah, it's not the
And
players'
if you
fault.
if you want to burn your jersey, do what you got to do. But I'm not burning my jerseys.
Yeah.
I love the players that I've bought and purchased, and I will always be a fan of those players. And I will always be a fan of Chargers players.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of Dean Spanos.
No, that's
That's all I got to say.
that's the ironic part about it, and that's the tough part about it, because I've never sat watching the game, never gone to the game and cheered for the owner. Never in my whole life have I ever cheered for the owner. I cheer for the players, and that's what makes it so difficult, because the fact that they're moving, I still love all the players. Like I said, I know Mikey. He's got his issues with Phillip Rivers. I love Phillip Rivers. I just love the guy. I love the way he is. I love the way he talks. I love the way he plays. I would have such a hard time rooting for him to fail. Like, whether or not me rooting for him will affect how he plays doesn't matter. I just have a hard time rooting for him to fail. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, Mikey.
Unlike you guys, I don't know what to do with my Dean Spanos jersey. So,
Yeah. Yeah, my
What number is on that Dean Spanos jersey?
Number one.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, that number.
It's like
That closet.
it's like the WWE one. It's got like a dollar sign on the back.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh my God, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the $1 million man. Yeah, dude, Ted DiBiase.
Oh,
That's
okay.
great.
Now, the one
Yes.
question that we've all been wanting to get to, and the one question we need answered before we officially go off the air, and that is, will Ronda Rousey ever fight again in the UFC?
That was a terrible fight. She got destroyed. No,
She's done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even. That's like watching fucking or Mayweather
It's
fight.
amazing. It's
It's
amazing.
right. Why would you pay for that?
Her fall off the cliff is steeper than Chuck Liddell's. It was amazing. It was amazing how fast she went from dominant to completely beatable. Just thought I'd add that into our show at the end. I got nothing else to talk about. We're gonna go ahead and sign off. We're gonna, unfortunately, we had a really shitty thing that we had to talk about tonight. But that's just the way it is. I mean, I don't even really know how to end it, guys. Travis, thanks for coming on and sharing with kind of giving we're all true fans and just bringing another true fan's perspective. Mikey, thanks for doing all that research for nothing today.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
A pleasure.
Justin, thanks for bringing in the Perrier.
Yeah,
drinking with
my
that
pinky
finger,
up, dog.
that pinky up in the air, and Jake, man, we want to thank you for bringing some perspective and
I just want to say one thing. If for some reason that the announcement comes out tomorrow in like an 11th hour decision like that, wording of going to LA is not this year and it's for some reason 2 years from now, if for some reason Dean Spanos changes his mind within the next 12 hours or so, I will still come on this show next week and I will spend an hour talking about how much I hate him.
yeah.
And I hope that you guys will join me in doing the same thing. So
will.
maybe
Yeah.
we can postpone the position rankings for another week after
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah, because this is gut
Absolutely.
wrenching. It's
And
like
that's-
it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's been.
That's the whole thing, and that's the thing is all he's done is just made everybody hate him a little bit more. And I know like I know Trav hated him so much, and then the thing about it was when we were trying to when they were trying with the vote and stuff, Trav came back around. Trav stopped with the sell the team. Dean stopped with all that. He actually, the guy who probably on earth hated him the most, he got to stop hating him. And then he got him right back on board hating him again. And now he got him hating worse. And I don't think he'll ever get him back. So
I remember a tweet by Trav. I was actually going to copy and paste it to the old Sell the Team Dean tweets where he's like, come on, guys. Team Dean needs our support. I remember that tweet, and I was like, fucking Trav.
Yeah.
Fucking Trav did a 180.
yeah, he came back.
I almost called him out
Yeah.
on that. I was so pissed off at Trav.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this shit. No.
Nobody
Sell the
hated
team.
Dean more than Trav, and Trav came back around
I know.
only
hate
to
him.
get fucked again.
With no lube,
Yeah.
raw dog. That
No,
thing.
he dipped it in the sand and did it
He is a
churro
bleeder.
style to
We
him.
have a bleeder, aisle 5. It's a stage 9 clinger.
Hey, listen to this really quick, guys. Keenan Allen
What?
of News moving to LA via his cell phone.
Oh, we
states,
heard that already.
It's different to hear the Los Angeles Chargers, but it should be dope.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Really?
Yeah,
Well,
we-
you know what? Now he can go
But
buy
don't
his
worry.
Raiders
Don't
hat
worry,
again.
Travis. There's more to come.
Yeah.
He can go buy his
There's
Raiders
more,
hat
more
again.
statements to come from
Yeah,
him.
that
Okay.
Oh, I did read the rest of them, by the
Yeah.
way, and it's much more sentimental statements.
Oh,
by
really?
sure. Yes, that's in the following sentences.
Denzel Perryman's all over Twitter, man. He's actually pretty bummed they're moving.
Well, everybody's throwing a lot of hate his way, and he's even just asking like,
Well,
I want to stay
throw
here.
hate
Well,
to
I will
him.
tell you
I-
the reason
It's
why
undeserved.
I was looking into it, and the reason why was the first tweet from him after the announcement was a video of Forrest Gump running, running out of his house and taking off down the street. That was the very. It looks like he's deleted it. I don't see it anymore. Maybe
Oh,
not.
I see it.
Is it still there? That was the very
Yeah.
first tweet. It was. He didn't say anything. He just tweeted that, and so people took that like hey, peace out. I guess we're leaving or something, And
I just saw a great tweet right now. I don't know if you guys seen the Boltman with the Jordan face on him.
I saw that. I saw. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Mikey. I'm over the Jordan face. I know you tweet a lot of stuff out with it. I'm so over that. I'm so tired.
You can get
of
over
the
it all
Jordan
you want.
face.
I mean, it's just Bobby having
I like this one actually. It's funny. I know we've been trying to sign off for 20 minutes, and I'm sorry for it.
That's okay.
We're holding up there, but I like this one actually from Jay Paris that came down. It's like, if you had the Bolts leaving before Obama on your parlay card, you might want to start heading toward the cashier.
Oh man.
Jeez, man. That's pretty
man.
funny. Oh well.
They changed the Hollywood sign again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
We're wondering what it was. Did you see it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, where-
We don't want the
We don't want the
Chargers.
Chargers.
I want the Chargers.
I just saw the Burt Grossman tweet. That's funny. That's funny. The gross Burtman tweet. Was it you that read? Yeah, you did. You did. Go ahead and read it again, Mikey, for those who just might have joined us late.
Oh yeah, it's a great tweet. LA is perfect. LA is perfect for Corey Legion's big ass and lack of production. I believe he'll be a Kardashian by June.
What a great tweet of the night. Tweet of the night right there.
Yeah, I mean he won Twitter. It's over right there. Can't do better than that.
Yeah, awesome. All right, guys, for reals, we're signing off. Thanks for being on there. Thanks for such a shitty night being part of this. It's been like therapy for those of us who are Charger fans. I'm gonna hold out hope that maybe that when I wake up in the morning, the story will be different. Maybe that's kind of I don't want to get into politics, so we won't talk.
Hey,
about
really
that.
last quick on a tweet, guys. Did you guys see Mike Costa's tweet?
No.
Which one?
Well, I don't know. Maybe
It says, my advice to any Chargers player on Twitter tonight, don't be on Twitter tonight.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That's some good advice that most of them can follow. All right, guys, follow us on Twitter at sportsjunkie_San Diego, whatever the fuck we are in. I don't know anymore.
Don't worry, we're moving the SD.
Yeah, we're moving it to LA.
Dude,
At
Sports Junkies LA.
SD, fellas.
Yeah,
Sports
thank you.
Junkies LA. Yeah, Los Angeles.
And you follow us.
No, we're going to be StubHub Bub.
StubHub. We're going to be
Yeah,
we're going to be at Empty StubHub.
Empty
At
StubHub.
Empty StubHub.
Yeah, I just saw a report. It's a 30,000 max seat stadium for the NFL.
Perfect
That's
size.
perfect.
How does that even work?
Perfect size. I think they have 30,000 family members, so it's going to be perfect.
Philip Rivers does.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, that was low, but
It was funny, though.
That's funny.
Yeah,
It can't be
sure.
low if it's funny.
But why is it low? He's
Yeah.
not our quarterback anymore.
Yeah. Dang. Ouch. Oh, ouch.
Oh,
that
too
one
soon?
hurt.
Too soon?
Yeah, way too soon.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We haven't figured out what we're going to do next Wednesday, but you know what? I tell you what, Jake. If somehow Dean Spanos jerks us around some more and we have some different announcement, maybe we'll come back on again tomorrow night and we'll do another quick show and we can we can bitch about how much we hate him, even though that they're staying now. Until
I'm on. I'm on if that's the case.
All right.
yeah, let me know if you guys do one tomorrow night, I'll be right in
Yeah.
here.
Most likely we won't be, but however, if something crazy happens, we'll do another one like this.
don't
Just
worry.
real quick before we sign off, breaking news here. Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is not entering the NFL draft.
Good to know. He picked
Oh,
a perfect
yeah.
time to announce
I
that.
did. That slapped me right in the face. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. Now my night's fucked up.
Oh my god.
Well, you guys really quick, you guys do know if they really do move, if this really does happen tomorrow and it's all official, whoever they draft, now that the LA Chargers, they're going to demand even more money because they're coming to LA.
Yeah.
And you know damn well they're going to hold out even longer than Joey Bosa did.
Yeah.
So that's a good fuck you up the ass there, Dino.
Yeah.
Take it like a man.
And just to say, Jake actually did fuck up my night with that tweet because I'm an Aztec fan and I fucking don't want to see Josh Allen anymore on the field. Jake,
Sorry,
The
brother.
one guy that actually cared actually heard
Hey,
it.
you beat him in the national. What? You beat him for the Mountain West division. So come on
Yeah.
now.
I know, but still, this guy's good. That guy's gonna be. You saw him, Jake. He's gonna be good in a couple years.
Was that the
Yeah,
Wyoming
he will.
quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. All right, guys. We'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe next Wednesday, maybe 2 Wednesdays. Travis,
Maybe never.
thanks. Maybe never. Mikey,
Thanks,
thanks.
Paul. You guys will never. You guys. I'm always gonna be here.
We
You know, you guys are great guys. I've made great friends, and just because if the Chargers bail doesn't mean I ain't gonna come on here and talk Padres and Aztecs. with
Yeah,
Well, we might even let you talk a little Angels baseball.
that's right. We might.
They're just as bad as the Chargers.
Yeah.
At least
yeah.
they're
They're called
staying.
the L.A. Angels of
Yeah.
Anaheim.
Not
At least
any
they're
worse than
staying.
the Padres. Yeah, the Padres aren't so good either.
All right, Justin, and for those of you fans out there listening, Jake will have answers to all of your questions. If you have any specific questions, text directly to Jake at Jake
If you have any
Hefner.
concerns about the show, Jake
Hey,
Hefner, Jake T.
hey,
Hefner will gladly all night long.
Justin.
He'll be up till 4 a.m.
Yes.
Justin, you got the Chiefs this weekend winning, buddy?
I got the
Oh, that's
Chiefs
right.
and Tamarick Vanover catching 2 touchdowns
Hey, man,
and a kick
if
return.
If it's the Chiefs or the Steelers that ultimately knock off the Patriots, I'm fine with that.
I am
I
too.
have $20 on the Chiefs beating the Steelers.
I'm taking my new team, the Steelers, to win it all.
Yeah.
I've personally
Steeler
gotten
Nation,
behind
baby.
Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. That's who I'm going for.
Yeah.
I'm a Cowboys
Steelers
fan.
Nation.
Yeah, that's right. You're a Cowboys fan.
Go Zeke
Dan
and go Dak.
And
Yeah.
Steel
There you go.
Dan 86 better send me a fucking rally towel, man, because I gave
Absolutely.
that tonight. I want my towel.
That guy's sick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All
All right,
right, Jen.
guys. All right, thanks a lot, guys. We're gonna sign off, and you know what? Just because we're upset, we're not even gonna play any closing music. We're just gonna end the show, and it's gonna be over.
Silent.
As always,
Can you
don't
do a
go
cricket?
Bolts.
Yeah, don't go
No.
Bolts. Thanks a lot,
No.
guys.
Go Dolts.
Peace out.